Us now is the #3 Republican in the House, Congressman Kevin McCarthy of California, the House Majority Whip. Congressman, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So if you look at the headlines in the papers today, they all say President Obama laid out a strong liberal vision for his second term. Did you find the speech to be conciliatory or confrontational?
I was more hopeful that you'd hear more bipartisanship. I was hoping that we would have a second term difference in the first term. I mean, look, we have big problems in America, and normally in divided government, we achieve big things. Think about when Reagan was president. He had Democrats in power. They reformed the tax code. Bill Clinton had Newt Gingrich and reformed welfare and balanced the budget. We are all in this together, so we do need to work together to make it.
It almost seemed like the president, too, was sort of saying, look, we fought over this in the election, and now the election has been decided and that he was elected. And he at one point sort of took on those in your party who have called Americans takers for wanting more entitlements like Medicare and Social Security. That was a word that Paul Ryan had used, takers. What did you make of that?
It was a mistake of what we've been doing. I mean, the whole thing Republicans have been doing in the House is trying to protect Medicare and Social Security. Make it there for a next generation. We believe it's important. And we believe in greater opportunity and opportunity.
But you heard the president. He said, I reject the idea that you can't keep those entitlements safe and invest in our future and things like education.
Well, the first thing, you can't do any of that without having accountability in a budget. That's why we're taking something up that actually makes both houses pass a budget or they don't get paid. I mean, think about it. The last time the Senate has passed a budget, the iPad wasn't even invented yet.
Congressman, you're going to vote on the debt ceiling. When you make that vote, most people believe it's a concession and you have a new legislative strategy. Do you believe you'll be able to force a budget by April 15th?
Well, I think the American people expect a more accountable, effective, and efficient government. The #1 thing all elected officials do is pass a budget. Every household does it. How can you plan for the future? How can you do anything that the president says he wants to do about investing in the future if you don't have a budget? You can't invest for your kids' college. You can't set aside what you're going to pay for your house payment or anything. Government has to pass one, and the Senate has not passed one in almost 4 years. That has caused a lot of the debt and the uncertainty we have today.
What's going to happen in the House that will force the Senate to pass the budget?
Well, the first thing will happen is we'll do a short-term debt limit increase, so it'll go to the Senate, and if the Senate just sits there, it creates a major problem for America and financial markets. I've listened to the White House. They think they agree with this. I think Harry Reid, should pass a budget and move forward. We give them to May 1st. April 15th is the deadline. It's what they're supposed to do.
So, Congressman, we saw you on the podium yesterday enjoying Beyonce and JayZ, who were there. We caught you taking pictures of them. And then, of course, I know we have the actual picture that you took. You were taken with them.
Well, I'm a very big fan. But we were walking out at the same time, and Paul Ryan's a good friend, and he was walking with us. So I was telling Paul, turn around, and asking Beyonce to turn around. I was taking a picture of him. And when you leave, you got to think. Very few people ever get to stand out there. So I said, would you like to go out to the podium? I'll take a picture of you. They looked at one another, so they went out there, and I took a picture for them.
All right, Congressman, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Charlie.